Hello, you wonderful people. How are you? Today I'm talking about PlayStations and sin. They're not joined together, by the way. They're two different things. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So my son, Sebastian, is 12, and he suddenly has taken a liking to a game called Fortnite on PlayStation. He plays with his cousin, and he always plays in the living room on the big television. Why? I don't know, but I actually like it, and I'll tell you for why I like it. I like it to a certain degree, okay? I can hear him, I can hear what's going on in the game, and I know that there's a certain amount of control there. You know, when they lock themselves away, I remember my eldest son, when he was 13, he locked himself in his bedroom and he came out when he was 19. That period of time, God only knows what's going on. So I quite like the fact that he plays there. However, the downside to that is that he plays until 10 p.m. and my day's finished about 9. And so I sit there. I don't want to watch Fortnite because I would rather have my skin peeled off and then have a bath in vinegar than to watch Fortnite. However, what I do is I sit on the couch and I have my phone and I look at the Telegram and I'll chat to people and stuff like that. And then when there's nothing left to do, I will. Well, it really rarely happens, but the other night I started to scroll through shorts. Now, I don't like it. I feel that, 15 minutes, 20 minutes scrolling through shorts it is 20 minutes of my life that I've just thrown down the toilet. That's what I feel. Every now and again, there's something of interest. But generally, at the end of scrolling through 20 minutes of shorts, you think, do I feel like a better person? Not really. Do I feel that I've really learned something? Not really. However, the other night I did. And I'll tell you what happened. So I was scrolling, the YouTube just give you these shorts and you think, well, half of them, 50% of them have semi-naked women on it. How does that happen? Why? I don't look at semi-naked women on YouTube. I look at, David Wilcock. He's not a semi-naked woman, and nor does he purport to be. I don't just look at David Wilcock. I just happen to be looking at him today. I'm not sure whether I'm 100% on board. He's a little bit egocentric, I would say, or something. Anyway, let's get back. So I'm just picked on a random short and started scrolling, and it was Jesus, God, the Bible, Jesus, God, and it just went on and on and on. All these people talking about God, Jesus, the Bible, sin, and being saved from sin by the grace of God. And I've never seen that before. It was really unusual, and I thought, wow, And it isn't that I look for God stuff on YouTube. Normally it'll give you your algorithm. I don't look for God stuff on YouTube. But there they came, all of these Jesus shorts. So while I was out running, I talked to the Jesus Energy. And what I wanted to do was to get their take on sin. Because a lot of people, all religions tell you that we are sinners. We are born sinful, we die sinful, and the only salvation is through the grace of God. And this is what was coming up on the feeds all the time. Only salvation through the grace of God. We're sinners, we're sinners. And I've never liked that. I really haven't liked that. I remember my children being in a Catholic school when they were little. The only school that was available was a Catholic school, which was all right, except when the priest would come in and he would say, and I was standing there once in assembly, and he was saying, yes, we're all sinners, you were sinners, you have to be sorry to be just in existence. And I was really angry. I remember being really angry, thinking, you black-habited bastard that you are, inculcating sin into the children. So I wanted to get the Jesus take on it. And they said something that was fascinating for me. They said the word sin has been perverted, has been misconstrued, has been manipulated, would you believe, by religion, by the religions that want to control us. They said sin, and this is something that I learned a long time ago, the real meaning of sin is falling short of the mark. It's falling short of the mark. What is the mark? Well, the Jesus Energy said the mark is perfection. When we choose to come here to have this experience on earth, we choose to come here as imperfect beings. And what they said was, if you were perfect, if we were perfect as beings, we would live forever. If we were perfect, we would never suffer disease or illness or die or whatever. The truth of the matter is that when we come here, from the moment of our inception or the moment of our birth, all of our cells are dying. Our cells are dying and then being recreated. So as a physical vehicle, this is not perfect. There's death happening, trillions of bits of death happening all of the time. We get ill, we die, we get old. And so what they're saying is what sin means is just not being perfect. And therefore, yes, we are all sinners. But if we see sin as just falling short of perfection, fair enough. And they said, remember that we chose to leave perfection behind and to embrace imperfection. We chose to do it. And therefore, that's why we are sinners, but just falling short of perfection. That we've got, even when I say the word sinners, there's still this negative anchor that's attached to it, when in fact all it means is not perfect. And I'm very happy to say I'm not perfect, and I'm sure you are too. But what they said was that the grace of God saves us. And they said this, understand that you will always be saved. You are always saved. Why? Because you are the essence of God. You have God within you. You have the grace of God within you, and that's why you will always be saved. And so it's true that we are sinners, we're born sinners, and the only salvation is through the grace of God. True. That's what the Jesus Energy said, but not in the way that it's sold to us. It's just that we have come here to be imperfect beings, to have this experience on this dimension, in this density, and then we will be saved and go back to God because we are God and we are part of God. So that was a nice message. So I'm very happy now. I'm very happy now to be classed as a sinner. I am a sinner because I'm not perfect, and there's no chance of me being perfect whilst I'm in this body, I don't think. Unless some kind of miracle happens, unless, a solar flash comes and goes, pop, there you are, Gordon, perfection. I go, hey, cracking, smashing. I'm having some of that. However, I don't think that's what's going to happen. Personally, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to live out our lives in this imperfect fashion and then pop off and experience perfection again. I did a hypnosis session with a client of mine the other day who wanted to experience the Bardo state. The Bardo state is the state in between lives where we go off, we leave one life, we go to this place to then get instruction, to meet our soul group and decide what we want to do next, whether we want to be instructed, whether we want to spend time there, whether we want to get a job there, or whether we want to come back. And what struck me, it was a beautiful experience. She really, when she was there, the way she was speaking, it was like she was channeling. It was very beautiful. But what happened was, the moment she got there, she burst into tears. And she said, here there's no judgment. Here there is no judgment. There's just allowance. And she was crying when she said it. And I thought, isn't that a beautiful experience to know? Because here, judgment, imperfection, this is what this experience is all about. And I heard somebody else talking about the beings, on the other side, and how, although they're interacting with us, they've got no friggin' idea about what it's like to be here. They can't perceive it because they're in a place of non-judgment, and here it's like we're wading through 3 feet of dog shit. This is, if you're gonna experience life, this is the place to experience it. Up there, it's all nice. It's so nice that it makes you want to cry when you experience it. Here, it makes you want to cry when you experience this, but for completely different reasons. So, let's continue to be sinners and to count on the grace of God that's within us. I love you all, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.